Welcome to my atelier. Welcome to my painting discourse. Welcome to the stream. I'm ready to continue with this fragment that is part of my larger piece that I'm working on. This is a preparatory painting, or actually just experimental painting to support the larger composition that I'm working on. Previously, I was talking about the background and the composition, and today I would like to continue with the same theme, with the same topic. So I don't really want to waste a lot of time with going over and over the same thing at the beginning of every stream. So I'll just quickly go over just the key things that I always want you to think about. The first and the most important is that just grab your own art supplies, your pencils, pens, brushes, whatever you use. Maybe you work digitally, so grab a tablet, open your favorite application or digital software, and create alongside with me your own work. And that's probably the best way how to enjoy this stream. That's probably the best way how to understand what I am talking about throughout this recording. So I hope you get that ready, and if not, you have plenty of time to get set up, get familiar with what I'm working on, and most of the things that I talk about, they're repeating over and over again, because repetition is something that it's very important in painting. And I'm not talking about repeating over and over same mistakes, or painting over and over again the same thing. Even though that is beneficial and it's helpful, it can get you only so far. So today I want to continue, as I mentioned, with the background. I started with blocking out the certain parts that I felt like they're important to be there, and I want to continue with another set of figures in the background. I was looking at this painting today. I was thinking about it. I was preparing some materials for continuing with this back row of figures in the background. So this is not like I just came to studio and set up the camera and I started to paint. No, there's hours of preparation for me specifically before every painting session, because I'm whenever I come to studio and I see something that I don't like, I'm trying to figure it out. Why do I not like it? Is it because it's just simply a composition that bothers me, or is it the aesthetics, is the color, is it the variation? Whatever it is, I'm trying to understand, and then I'm trying to find an answer to that. And my questions about my composition, and yours probably as well, are mostly philosophical, and as I mentioned before, answers are practical. So after hours of preparation with kind of thinking about it in terms of what needs to be changed and adjusted, I always have a plan that I have prepared and things that I want to execute. It's not going to happen. It's not always going to happen as I plan, or actually most of the time I'm not even close to figuring it out, everything. But sometimes, I have good days, I have a bad days with the composition. I have a good days with the brush, I have a bad days with the brush. But always there has to be some movement forward. Even if you have to sacrifice a day or two in my case, I'm ready to sacrifice these days to get closer to the finish line or to a final result. That's about as much as I want to talk about as in the introduction. I'm gonna quickly go over this is my palette. These are my pigments. They are really organized in a simple color wheel setup. I go through the yellows, oranges, reds, blues, greens, and then if you think about it, it just turns this way, and it would be a full color wheel. I have brushes, mostly household brushes that I use. That's because I like to paint thick, and I like to paint on the rough surfaces, and it really damages the brushes a lot. And then I mentioned this multiple times already. I don't paint like I paint the wall or fence that it's just go up and down, up and down. This is not what I do. I really get into it with the brushes, and you will be able to see it. So I don't need to demonstrate right now and damage the brush even more. That's damaged. Then I have some physical resources, which is the books, Rembrandt, Velasquez, Caravaggio, Titian, heavy hitters. They are always with me. I have a digital resource, so sometimes I don't know if you can see them, probably not. It's out of the camera. I have a little screen right here with actually it's not a screen, it's a tablet with digital resources. There are some sketches, anatomy, some drapery folds and stuff that I have here. And the reason being that I have this additional resource is that I don't have a space anymore for numerous. It's just a lot of printed materials. I found out this to be a little bit more compact, and I don't want to say that it's more organized because it isn't, but it's definitely working better for me this way. And especially I can take it with me whether I'm in the bus or in the train when I'm getting from home to studio. I can always look through them, I can analyze them, I can do little notes, so that's something that I do. I used to do it before with my cell phone, and before good cell phones I used to use a laptop. Right now I have this, and it works okay. I don't think it's the best way to do it, but it works okay. So that's that. What else do I use? I use a very simple medium, and that's mineral spirits, odorless plus linseed oil. Sometimes I use stained oil or sun thickened linseed oil. So it has slightly thicker consistency than just a regular. Yeah, so let's get right into it, so I don't really waste that much time with going over the same things. So there is something that you can see me really out of the frame very often, and that's something that you should do all the time. I developed the habit to place the brush stroke, go back and look at it, assess it, place the brush stroke, look at it from a distance, again assess it, and then if I don't like those brush strokes, I either wipe them up or scrape them away. I also like to use a charcoal. You will see me using this a lot, especially when I have a like from yesterday kind of a tacky or semi-dry surface that's all wet. That would be difficult to paint into it, but difficult to draw into it because it's wet. So in those cases, I'll just use a brush. And I want to work, as I mentioned, on the figures in the back because I think that they need adjustments. I have a masking tape right here because in the previous stream I was showing how to use a masking tape instead of a brush, just to adjust certain things and quickly then either peel them away or move them around. So that's that. I'll be probably working on this part here as well, because I don't think I like the orientation of the foot. I will see. It's not as important right now, because these are really not the focal points. These are not really important parts, because important is the composition and the diagonal. As long as that's shown at this stage, I'm okay with it. But it needs to be refined, and that's the name of the game: refining it to the point that you like it. I'm not a la prima painter. I'm really a studio painter who probably takes way much more time overthinking things than painting. So, but I want to show it to everyone who is interested in seeing how it looks in the studio with someone who really tries to push a painting as far as it's capable. So there's that. I realized when I was preparing for today painting that maybe this might be a little too big. He looks kind of chubby. Maybe I could adjust it a little bit this way. And that's just an idea, because he seemed like he has that kind of a gut, and he seems kind of misplaced. These people here feel like they have emotion, and he seems like he's from the poster. So that's something that I didn't see yesterday, because yesterday I was working on it, but I see today very clearly, because I get into the studio. That was the first thing that pops into my head, that it looks like from a poster. And if he looks like from a poster, then he's definitely not from this painting. So I'm going to be working on that as well a little bit. But before that, I want to get into the background, because this is really a quick adjustment, and it's not going to change as much into overall shape and composition, but I really don't have this part, these shapes, locked in the places where I would like to have them. So I'm going to try to lock them right now. First thing that I want to do is to maybe adjust a shape. I'm corrected the head a little bit. I'm just going to check it from a distance. Yeah, it seems like it's okay. Because there's my tertiary focal point. That's why I want to have it locked exactly in the place that I want it to be, so I have that nice flow between focal points. But then right now I need to really do something with the head right here, which I'm not really happy with. So I'm thinking maybe if I could get it closer. And create some kind of a little bit more interesting shape. And I know that yesterday I was talking about that. I was moving it back and forth. Where did I put my masking tape? There it is. I was moving it back and forth. And I'm going to use the masking tape again, because I want to see if this could work. And then I would definitely go over this. The moment that I'm satisfied, I would go over this with the paint. But I'm not sure yet where it should be, that shape. Not because I haven't think about it. It's just because it changes and it moves and floats. Every day I have a different idea, and I have to lock it down at one point. And if I do not lock it down, I will just still be in like that kind of a adjustment mode, and it will never be fully developed. So I have it there. Then I have the issue that this and this is the same, so maybe I could take away this, and I have suddenly a little motion there. I'm sorry. I meant I have a little bit more of a shape right there. And I think I like this two-head position. Maybe I can put this a little higher. So one is looking down, one is looking slightly higher up. And I'm just doing like this little kind of a T-shapes here for a head and nose. So I know I can from a distance when I walk all the way back, I can assume the position for the head. I can assume the tilt. I can assume as probably not. I can evaluate whether or not that's the position that I want to have it. And I can always change this because this is nothing. I did not lock down anything. There's no eyes there, nothing. There's just a general, or not in general, it's a generic shape for the head that I used. So I kind of like this motion right here, and then I like this slope that is coming up. I could perhaps have here again the face that it's tilting this direction because I want to show the movement that's going towards us. Perhaps I don't want to have it here, and I'm again doing it with my hand instead of paper towel. So I drew this yesterday, and I'm wiping it today because I came up. I was not satisfied with this, I'd like to push them a little bit higher up. And I don't know, maybe I should. There's one thing that I'm missing there, and that's that I have the diagonal there, but maybe I should use a diagonal here a little bit. It's probably too much, but maybe that might help to show that that they're receding in the distance a little bit more. So I have this guy lock here, so maybe I can push this a little higher up and push these figures up, and I can do the same with my sketch to lower them down a little bit, so they fit to that kind of when you think about the perspective one-on-one, the railroad that it's going into a distance. I mean, you are looking at it like this, so it's going, into one vanishing point. So I kind of want to create that vanishing point into a distance. First, I wanted to keep the kind of a V shape with my composition and push them higher up towards the top part of the painting. And the reason being, psychologically, I wanted to put the heaviness that's going from top to down, and it's kind of sitting on their shoulders. So that was kind of a first kind of a compositional, philosophical idea that I wanted to demonstrate with that. And I don't think that it shows enough. So I want to try to push it even harder. and probably a little bit more dynamic shape, like the diagonals will help. So I might put, and then if I have this right here, it doesn't necessarily mean that every head right now is going to be sitting like so. No, I just wanna have these placements. I could put another head right here right now, so I don't have this and this shape exactly the same, or the distance from the corner to the end of the shape, from the corner to the end of the shape on both sides the same. If I push it, right now they're like on the same. So let's put this down and check if the head is right there on the top, if that's gonna work, and it might. So let's do this. Let's put one polar figure here. And what I'm actually doing right now is that I'm looking for the shape. I have a shape. I have the shape right here, this, and this right here. I'm trying to fit into the abstract shape. Heads. No, I want to say portraits. I want to say heads, because these are not really portraits yet. I just want to. And these should be even further and maybe even higher. Like so. And I'm doing this with charcoal, and I'm not sure if that diagonal is going to work. export it this way, so I'll push down. I think it might work. I think it might work this way. So. This is probably one of the toughest parts for me to create that kind of a nice create that kind of nice variations with the head, and it's kind of a difficult because it's that unity within the variety and variety within a unity. There's still heads, there's still or head portraits. Let's talk about the portraits, since I didn't want to talk about portraits. I kind of need to right now. These are all portraits. That's their unifying or harmonizing things. But you know, I need to have a variety. So they have to have a different position. They might have a different tilt. They might have a different rotation. They might have a different expression. Not might. They should have. So that's going to be that. That's going to be that variety part. I have unity, these are portraits, and I have a variety. They all represent a different motion or different tilt or different rotation or different position relative to each other. This is just fun. I'm just searching. I'm exploring the options. These are just the generic hats. There's nothing specific about them. It's just I'm trying to find the proper shape, and I think I should put a little bit of paint down each time to address these. Squiggly lines that I have here. Let me see, the tape's off. Okay, I think this works. I kind of like this. But we'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow if I really like it. So let me hit it with just a. I'm just going to use palette knife for a second because I want to make it light. I want to make it saturated, but I'm not sure. I don't want to turn it green, so way too light. So let's see. And you can see me again do the same thing. It's kind of for me, it's kind of natural to go from cool to warm, from warm to cool, and I'm just playing with that back and forth because that's something that something that really gives life to painting. little bit of separation there. I wanted to put there, but this is way too white, so it needs to go darker. And this is probably the moment when you can just scrape it away, take a little bit of paint out, and it's still registered as a lighter value. And okay. Cool. Okay, so let's see. And this is not a final version or the perfect version of the background that I want there. This is just a background that will help me to create the nice variation and kind of lock it down almost completely. And this right here needs to be really light because they're far away. Almost like they're not even there. Because this is probably the figures that they are the furthest away from us. It means that the least amount of resolution, the least amount of contrast should be there. Let's put it here. Let's grab a little bit of this. Okay. Okay, and let's just grab a little bit of this. Okay, cool. And I'm having fun with this. This is really the most enjoyable part. can see the damage that is being dealt to my brush. That's something that really And you might think that, you know, they kind of disappeared in the background, but that's where I want to have them as it is right now, because I can see the differences. I can always recognize them. It's harder to see it on the. It's harder to see it on the screen, but it's definitely there, visible. Cool. So I placed it there, and finally I'm starting to feel that I have a painting, and I see that it's. I forgot that I have a private lesson right now, so I have to stop the stream for a bit. But this is basically what I wanted to quickly show you, quickly put down and show to myself, so I can continue thinking about this. I can check the mirror. I can see if everything is happening the way that I want to. And right now, the preparation work that I did, a couple hours that I spent working on it, that allows me to quickly then apply the paint, let it be there on the canvas for me to see it, and then I can move forward after I deal with another project that I have in hand. So I'm going to be continuing with this. So I hope to see you soon again. Take care. Bye.